Morning everyone, I hope you're well. I'm back today with another video, this time featuring the March, April and May sheets from Graphic 45 Celebrate the Seasons. This is a little sneak peek of what we're making, and I'll show you those in a second after I show you what papers we're going to use. So this is the March, April, May cut apart sheet here, which I've mainly used the borders off this side and trimmed some of the flowers from this one. And then I've used the lovely floral sheet. Beautiful, isn't it? And then I have used the ephemera cards for each collection, and they come with a calendar on the front and a little image on the front there. Lovely frame and more image and sentiment on the back. So those are the three sheets I'm going to be using. And I've used some of the pieces already to make these first two cards. So the cards are diamond stepper cards. So if I show you them from the side, that's easier, isn't it? Got the little diamond at the top there, and they're really pretty and spring-like. And you can of course stamp a sentiment inside. I've not done mine yet. So that was my March sheet. My March card from those sheets, and this is my May one. Again, this is the calendar part and inside with a border, and they stand up just like so. They are super pretty, and what I've got left from those 3 months is my April one to make. So I'm going to show you how exactly I made them. There's some fussy cutting involved, but it's up to you what you decide to do or what you decide to add, or you can just use the idea of the shape card and put your own spin on it. So what you'll need is, first of all, I've got my ephemera card, and I've cut it up for this project. So I've cut the frame out, so I've been really neat and cut this piece out here, and well, neatish, and I've cut this part, which is the image with the Celebrate April, and then I've cut the little calendar piece out. And if I bring in one of the cards, you'll be able to see what part I've used that on. I have attached these together at an angle. That's given me my focal point on the front there. And what I've done to the base, or the back part, is I've done a little bit of cutting to make it fit. So I'll show you how I do that. So now we've got all our pieces together, all we need is our plain card. Just get mine. So it's super simple to make this, if I do it that way. All you need is one piece of 11 by 4 1/4 cardstock, any colour you want. I've used white. And you score this, I'll pop it this way, you score this at 2 3/4 and 5 1/2. Then you need a second piece, which is 6 by 4 1/4, and you score that at 1/2 inch, and that is it. So just run over that again. It's one piece at 11 by 4 1/4, and you score it at 2 3/4 and 5 1/2, and then one piece at 6 by 4 1/4 and score it at 1/2 inch. And if I pop that there, you can, well, so that you can see it, oops, sorry about that jerkiness, you can take a screenshot of that. So once you've got that at the ready, all you need to do is to burnish your score lines. So give that small one a good fold, and then this piece, I just raise my camera up a smidge, this piece needs to be, first of all, a mountain fold, and then on the second score line, the valley fold. Once you've got them like that, you can see how this is going to work, and this piece attaches here. So you use this 1/2 inch piece to attach to your card. So we'll do that now. So I'm just using a little bit of red line tape. I'm sorry if there's a few shadows on this video this morning, but I've got the light on because there is a storm coming and it's so dark, so I'll see what it's like with the light off. A bit dark. Yeah, it is a bit dark. So I hope you can bear with me with the shadows on this one, and hope that this storm is not as bad as they say it's going to be. So then you've got your piece like this, and you're just going to attach this with the little step at the front to your piece at the back here. So let's pop that on, get that ready. And if by popping a little bit of glue on top of your red line tape, it does at least give you a touch of wiggle room to be able to get it right. And that's what you've got now. Okay, I'm going to tilt that slightly. Okay. I think those shadows are going to annoy you. So I'll go like that. Okay. So you can see where we're at there. So then I've cut a piece of card for the back. So this piece was 4 inches by, what's this one? Let's just check. 5 and 5¼ Now I like this pattern paper, it's really lovely, but I thought against everything else it might be just too bold, which is when I bought the frame part in, and I thought that just edges it and tones it down slightly with the bold colour. So all I'm going to do with this is trim off the bottom, and if you trim it here, mitre in the corner, you'll be able to add that again later, and I'll show you how to do that. So you take your piece of paper and stick your frame that you've cut. Let's get some glue on the go. Just going to add my glue all here, but not right to the bottom at this point. Just going to add it there, and I'm going to pop this around the edge, and as if by magic that size is perfect. Who'd have thought? So pop that on there, and you can see that those two ends are sticking out. So let's pop that on there like so. Then all you need to do is trim those edges off. Now trim from the back and you'll have it nice and neat. So trim those pieces off. You can get rid of those. And now you've got the frame, but nothing at the bottom there. Then you can bring in this piece that you had, and because you've mitered the corners, like this top part, this will fit perfectly on there. And you can stick it down. I'm just going to make sure that my other pieces were stuck down from this edge. I think they are. Oh yeah. So pop a little bit of glue on these, get into the corners there. And then you can pop this right at the bottom, like so. Turn it to the light. Gosh, the light is awful. There we go. And now you've got the perfect framed piece at the right size. This then needs to be glued onto the back panel of your card. So if you just pop a bit of glue on here. Just make sure you've got it on around the edges as well. And place that on your card face here. That to me looks like I've missed a bit. Bear with me a second, I'm just going to trim this edge. That's better. Stick that on there. Get that centered up. There we go. Get that good push down. And then we've got our back nicely fitted. I've then got a piece of the background of one of the papers to use as my front panel. This measures, let's see, 4 by 2.5. Now admittedly this and this are from the Patterns of Solids scraps that I've used, but you can use anything you want. So I'm just going to use that. You can use the back part of the main pattern paper piece, which I'll just show you in a second. Let's just put that on there like so. There we go. So you can use this colour on the back of this sheet, whichever one you want to use. So I just had these scraps left, so I've used that. Then from the Patterns and Solids, I've got a little square here. My square is, first of all, my white square is 3 by 3 inches, and then this is 2 3/4 by 2 3/4. I've just got that to pop on the top. So add some glue to this one. And get that in the centre of here, which is always easier said than done, because there's always one side that's never the same width as the others. I don't know why that is. You measure it and something happens along the way, but that's not too bad. This piece then makes the diamond part and fits exactly between the corners here. So if we pop that on, using a little bit of red line tape at first to go between the diamond areas. Just put some red tape there. Oops, skidding off. Just want to make sure that this sticks down. Oops, crash. And then you can take this off. A little bit of glue to this central panel here, and you just want to put that between the 2 points on the front of your card like so. You can hold it up and get that straight. Your glue gives you a little bit of wiggle room, and that's what you are left with at that point. Okay, so now that you're at this point and you've got your card looking like this, there's your diamond at the front ready to decorate. Now first of all, I want to pop a little bit along the bottom because I think it needs something there, and off that cut apart sheet I've got this little piece that says Happy Spring. It's quite pale, and if you pop it next to the white of your card it kind of disappears, but if you just move it up a little bit, the dark red of the paper just breaks it up, and I like that effect. So I'm going to pop this piece on the front of my card. Just pop a bit of glue on there. So let's just pop him on. I've noticed when I do these videos I say pop things on a heck of a lot. Sorry about that, but I can't help it. So I've put that on now instead of popping it on. There we go. And on the inside I also like a little bit along this back panel too, and I think this purple border off the sheets goes really nicely, so I'm going to put that on here. So just pop a bit of glue here. Now that you've heard me say it, you'll hear me say it all the time now I've brought it up. So I'll stick that there. Just give it a minute to grab, turn it over, and then cut it from the back, and you'll get a nice fit, like so. There we go. Make sure that it's not sticking over too much from this side. It's not sticking over at all. There we go. Okay, then we just want to decorate the front. Now I've got a few little foam pads here, and I have got my April pieces. Now you can put it on like this with the April going over like that, but I quite liked bringing in the bottom of the calendar because I thought the creamy colour of the card broke up the busyness of the papers. So that's what I've got. I'm going to stick some glue here and attach those two together. I've just inked around the edges with some vintage photo distress ink just to edge them. That's what I've got there. And I've just seen that that doesn't look particularly straight, so I'm going to trim that like that. And I've also cut from the papers, especially that back floral page, some flowers to fit in with it. I'm not entirely sure how these are going to go. That's just a little half one, so I'm just using what I've got. If I trim this one off here, maybe that can go that side, and that could go on there. I want to show some of that red. There we go, that'll do. That's nice. That's okay. So I'm going to keep those flowers down slightly, so let's pop some glue on there. That's where I want it. And on this one, I'm not popping these up on foam pads because I don't think it needs it. There. Some red showing. Wiggle that about till I've got it where I want it there. Yeah. Okay, and on this one, I'm just going to have a little bit that side, I think. There we go. This one I'm going to pop here. It's quite tricky doing this on camera because you fiddle about at home, don't you, looking at it yourself. So I'm just going with the flow on this. There, I think that looks nice enough. Then I'm going to add some foam pads to the back of my main image. Got these very dinky ones, so it's taking a few to get it on there. That'll do. Now to take them all off. So let's get those done. I do like these little foam pads. They're not too high. They are a little bit fiddly to get the backs off, but you can put them on anything without having to cut them up because they're small enough to virtually go on any little bits you've cut. There we go. Now I do like to pop a couple of little blobs of glue on these just so that it doesn't grab, running out of glue there, straight away. There we go. And I've got time to manoeuvre. Let's pop that up there. Make sure I can't see my foam pads from the back, which I can, that one. Let's move it. There we go. And that is what we've ended up with. So if I try to tilt my camera, you might be able to see that a bit better. There. That's better. So that looks quite pretty. You could move this down if you wanted to, have it further down on your square part, on your diamond part. There we go for that one. And our May one. So if I pop them up instead, maybe that's the easier way of you seeing them. It's really hard to show them. There we go, that's better. So those are the 3 cards that I've made, March, April and May. And they are the diamond step cards. They're really easy to make with hardly any product, and I think they look lovely. You can tinker about with them, how you put the image on the front, but all in all, I think they're very pretty cards. So let me know what you think. I don't know whether that one's a little bit too busy there, but It's all trial and error, isn't it? So thanks very much for watching. I look forward to seeing you on the next video. If you liked the video and you've enjoyed it, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Thanks a lot. I'll post some pictures after this video. Thank you. Bye.